New comic book day is almost here again, so let's take a look at the books coming out so I can tell you what's on the pull list. Welcome back to Comics Are Dope. I'm BJ Kicks, and this is the pull list. This is my weekly video where I tell you what books that are coming out this week that are on my pull list, what's on the chopping block, and what's on the maybe list I'll be making a game day decision on. This week, New Comic Book Day, January 11th, 2023, is definitely stacked. There's a lot more books coming out this week than last week, and a lot more that I'm interested in. We're going to start this list off with the book that I am most excited for, and that is from DC Comics, The Flash, issue 790. This is the first issue in the 1 Minute War. So this sort of kind of Flash mini event called the 1 Minute War, written by Jeremy Adams. This is going to see the Flash fighting like an alien speedster race. Well, if the Flash is a speedster and the aliens are speedsters, that means everybody's moving crazy fast. The entire story arc takes place over the course of 1 minute. I mean, look, Wally West is the fastest man alive. So listen, I'm all for it. Like, Flash by Jeremy Adams has been like quietly one of the most consistent books from DC Comics in the last year or so. Basically since Infinite Frontier started, they're doing a lot with Wally and his family, especially with his wife, Linda. So I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying it a lot. And with this issue, Flash is moving to a double shipping schedule. So we're going to get 2 issues of Flash every month for the foreseeable future. I don't know if I need 2 issues of Flash every month, because then my pull list starts to get bogged down. But again, some of the most exciting storytelling we've been getting from DC. So I'm here for it. Flash 790, The 1 Minute Wars Part 1 starts this week. So go ahead and grab that. It's got a cover price of $3.99. I'm grabbing cover A. And since we're talking about DC Comics, let's move on down the DC Comics pull list, starting with I Am Batman, issue number 17. I Am Batman, written by John Ridley with art by Christian Doucet. This is the second to the last issue, the penultimate issue, if I were to borrow a word from Rockin' Robbie. But this is the almost last issue of I Am Batman, following the story of Tim Fox, aka Jace Fox, as he sort of battles his own personal demons by taking on the mantle of Batman, or the title of Batman, not even necessarily the mantle, becomes the Batman in New York City, starts fighting for justice while fighting his demons, but also sort of getting like a whole reckoning for the Fox family themselves. Honestly, the Jace Fox saga I've been up and down on. And with this being basically the last, or only having 2 issues left, I feel like there's a lot that might be left on the table when this is all said and done. We got a major revelation in the last issue in regards to the family. I'll let you guys check that out for yourselves. But we finally got something that was teased all the way back in Batman Black and White last year, maybe even 2 years ago. But we finally got Jace and his sister Tiffany like discovering each other's roles in like New York City vigilanteism. So finally, as you can see on this cover, we're gonna have like, NYC's Batman sort of getting his own Robin. And I'm here for that, even if I feel like it's a little bit too little too late, but we'll see how the run ends. I'm not going to drop it now. I Am Batman 17's got a cover price of $3.99. I'm grabbing cover A. And the last book on the DC Comics pull list is Lazarus Planet Alpha #1. This is a one-shot that kind of is kickstarting the Lazarus Planet event. Listen, I'm kind of just done with comic events in general. Right now, we're in Dark Web. We're moving into Sins of Sinister like next week. Like, I'm just kind of over superhero events. And that's kind of got me sour toward Lazarus Planet. But Lazarus Planet is written by Mark Waid. Mark Waid gave us Batman vs. Robin and Batman Superman World's Finest. Honestly, both great series. Mark Waid hasn't really done anything to deserve my disposition toward his event, except that it's an event and we just got finished with Dark Crisis. So I'm going to try to read this book with an open mind and see if I can be transported onto Lazarus Island. And, we'll see how it goes. So, Lazarus Planet, the Alpha issue, has a cover price of $5.99. I'm going to grab cover A. And that's going to do it for the DC Comics on my pull list this week. If I just stick to the list, so they're going to cost me $14. Not a bad week, but a $6 book, man, that's crazy. Anyway, let's move on to Marvel, where there are a lot more books on the pull list this week, starting with The Amazing Spider-Man issue 17. Now, remember how I was just telling you how I'm kind of just tuckered out on events? This is an example. So Dark Web is going on, and I have no idea what's going on in Dark Web because I'm behind now. I was on time on Spider-Man. I was doing great. Then they started dropping issues like basically every week. Spider-Man is basically a weekly title between the event tie-ins and the Dark Web series and the main series. I don't know, man. Anyway, Amazing Spider-Man issue 17 is out this week. It's got a cover price of $3.99. I'm going to grab the cover A. Don't ask me when I'm going to read it. Let's move on to the world of Wakanda. This is Black Panther issue number 13. So Black Panther, just like I Am Batman, is written by John Ridley, and just like I Am Batman, is ending very soon. So John Ridley is leaving Black Panther after issue 15. And again, I'm kind of worried, like, he doesn't really have enough runway to right some of the wrongs or, put back all the story elements that have been unleashed over the last few issues. So I feel like we're going to be cramming a lot of story into a little bit of space. And I don't know if I'm confident it's going to be great, but T'Challa has been on this road to deconstruction that I thought was going to lead to a road to redemption. We still got 3 issues left for this redemption, but I'm not all that hopeful. He's basically been kicked off the Avengers, and in this issue, we're going to get T'Challa and his, associates, basically, versus the Avengers for the fate of the galaxy. So we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to be hopeful about this, and I think when it's all said and done, the story will be like fine. I'm just like not really loving the journey to get to this destination. I feel like it was just not how I'd like to spend my time. But anyway, Black Panther 13's got a cover price of $3.99. I'm going to grab cover A. And next up is Daredevil, issue number 7. Daredevil written by Chip Zdarsky. Art is either by Marco Checchetto or Rafael De La Torre, or is it Vincent De La Torre? Pretty sure it's Vincent. Either way, Daredevil's been great. It's been kind of slowly building to this Daredevil versus Punisher sort of thing. So we kind of ended on that cliffhanger in issue 6. Issue 7, I believe we're going to have, I don't know if we're going to get the direct confrontation and I say that because supposedly issue 8 is where the war happens per the solicitations, but I'm excited to just kind of see them on this collision course. Like I said, I've been enjoying Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky, perhaps even more than I'm enjoying his Batman right now. But Daredevil issue 7 has got a cover price of $3.99. I'm grabbing cover A. And next up on the Marvel Comics pull list is Spider-Man, Miles Morales, or is it Miles Morales Spider-Man, issue number 2. Miles Morales, the reboot written by Cody Ziegler with art by Federico Vincentini. Listen, if you don't grab this book for any other reason, the art is spectacular. The way I feel about the story is just kind of like, but it's not bad. It's just that I feel like Miles Morales doesn't really have like enough, tools of his own to play with. And so it almost always feels like we're kind of retreading something. But if I got to retread Spider-Man stories, listen, I'm totally fine doing that with this art. It's worth the price of admission while I try to figure out whether or not the story is actually going to be worth my time. We did get the introduction of a sort of new villain who apparently knows who Miles Morales is. So that's an interesting hook. I just don't know if I'm fully hooked yet, but I'm going to enjoy the art either way. This book's got a cover price of $3.99. I'm grabbing cover A. And the next book on the Marvel Comics pull list is Wolverine issue 29. Yeah, I'm behind on Wolverine. Both Wolverine and X-Force by Benjamin Percy, I'm behind on. Even though I've been pretty interested in it, just trying to figure out, okay, how is Wolverine going to get back at the Beast? And I just kind of fell behind. So if nothing else, this book's got a great cover A, and that's the one I'm getting for a cover price of $3.99. Next up on the pull list is X-Men issue number 18. This is the last book on my Marvel pull list, and X-Men, I've been enjoying. Coming out of the AXE event, we got a really interesting story with the X-Men returning to the vault to rescue Sync. And what they found was that a certain other mutant was still, excuse me, they went to rescue Darwin. And they found that a certain other mutant was still alive, a mutant that was resurrected before. And because of that, maybe this spoils things a little bit, Sync. Sync has been like just going through it, just going through it. And as you can tell from this cover, Sync is angry. And as I'm putting it, as the kids say, Sync is finally about to get his lick back in this issue. So I'm excited for this one. Sync, I've been enjoying on the new team. And if this is his sort of last hurrah before we have to vote in a new team or whatever, I don't know. I'm here for it. X-Men 18's got a cover price of $3.99. I'm grabbing cover A. So that's going to do it for my Marvel books. And if I just stick to the list, don't buy any extras or variants or whatever, my Marvel total is going to be $22 this week. Not a bad total. Not a bad total. Now we've got one more book on the list, and that is an indie book. It is Gunslinger Spawn, issue number 16. Listen, Gunslinger Spawn by Todd McFarlane with art by Brett Booth is everything I expect a Spawn title to be, which is amazing art and at least a decent story. What I love about this Gunslinger series is it's not like you're not getting those walls of text narration from McFarlane like you would get in the main Spawn title that caused me to sort of drop off it. So instead of that, walls of dialogue, we just get fun, action-packed stories with amazing art. And that's what I expect from Gunslinger every time, and it always delivers. So Gunslinger Spawn issue 16 is out this week with a cover price of $2.99. I'm grabbing cover A. That's the last book on the pull list. My indies are going to cost me $3 this week. And that brings my grand total for the week up to an astounding $39. I'm still under budget, man. Clap it up. I'm still under budget. So $39 later, we're going to have quite the stacked new comic book day readings. If you want to see my thoughts on some of this week's issues, make sure to join me on the Hangout this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I always do a review of the week and I keep it spoiler free, just in case you haven't picked up your books yet. What are you excited about this week, though? I'm really excited about that 1 Minute War. I'm cautiously optimistic about the Lazarus Planet event, but hey, we'll see. We'll see. I got to get caught up on Spider-Man, but I don't know. I feel so, man. But Miles Morales, I'm excited about. So anyway, all in all, I hope that you read something dope this week and let me know in the comments below what it was. Huge thanks to our channel family at both the squad and family levels for making content on this channel possible, helping us keep the lights on. If you'd like to support, click the join button down below. I'll see you in another video very soon. Until then, make sure you read something dope. Peace.